Now viewers, will have a bit of a general tidy up in this joint. Got a bit more to go yet, just make some space, make it place manageable again. Getting behind the joke. I've prepared my other helium tank, just got it in the fridge there. Put a service valve in the burst disc, because it's got a one-way valve in those things and not designed to be refilled. So to work around to put a service valve in there. I'm just putting some more difluoroethane in that tank, because those helium balloon type tanks are good tanks. I'm going to segregate those these pink ones for the R152A. It's easier to have them in a tank like that than it is to have a bunch of these freaking cans laying around. Because if I have enough of these hoarded, so to speak, they're going to surface rust. I'll forget about half of them when I surface rust and they go pfft. Because these aren't designed just to sit around, these sorts of cans. They tend to surface rust, and I'm a bit wary of that. So I put them in a nice safe container. One thing I have noted though, when you're using flux, always use the acid flux. I prefer this acid flux over this topper flux. This isn't very good. If something's a bit dirty, this does not work. This is good for something that's slightly dirty or oxidised. This is burns your skin. This stuff actually will make the solder and makes it sweat. That's the word I'm looking for. I've also got an Engel to fix from one of my blokes at work. Low on gas. Don't get not very much of it at all. So I'm going to feel a bit stiff. I've added a little service pipe on there. So this is air conditioning pipe. I'm doing pair coil from small little 8 kilowatt air conditioning units. This is a 5/16, a bit smaller than the 5/16. It's a very common size. That's a 5/16 service valve, and that sleeves over there nicely. So this pipe is perfectly going here. Even on not these ones, but the domestic fridges, that's a very common pipe size. So very handy. I've kept a couple of lengths of it from the scrap pile because I can do just this with it. So I make my own service valve, and I'll reassemble this and take this top off and get to this for the top. So I'm going to vac it down like this when it's upside down and pressure test it. Make sure it's going to hold pressure. So I'll put that back on. It's not a K3 Engel, it's a green sticker Engel. What the hell is it? Engel. Engel, I should say, Saba Fuji. Model SK-511N. These green ones are not very good compared to the purple stickers, the K3s. The K3s are the bulletproofest of the Engels you can get. And they'll survive a molecular blast and they'll still go. But these ones, not so much. I've probably got to lubricate that fan. A bit scrunchy, that one. Since your mic on. I've got to make sure it works first. I've got to take all this circuit board off the control panel, and that's got to be sprayed with some PCB circuit board protective lacquer. Because those boards aren't cheap. If you get water in those boards, if it doesn't kill them straight away, that corrosion will. And these things get expensive, so I'll give it a good treatment to protect it. Got a 38 fuse. So yeah, this wasn't very easy to switch. I had to heat this right up. The trick is to have a little shield like that, so you don't burn everything else around it. So that's actually worked quite well there. I'm going to probably zip tie this all up along here so it doesn't move, because that's just going to make a vibration hazard, especially bouncing around in the forward drive or something like that. I'll tie this all up here and secure it there with a zip tie, and tie this there like that with a zip tie, and that's not going to go anywhere. That's actually professional. I can charge it upside down, but if I vac it down upside down, I'm going to suck all the oil out of the compressor. So I can vac it down this way. It's one thing you've got to keep in mind. The oil is going to be here, not there when it's upright, and you try to vac it down to get everything out of the system. You're going to suck the oil out of this thing into your vacuum pump. So just be wary of that. So I'm going to suck this thing down, vac it down upside down like this, have my gauges up, and then start to charge it upright. Of course, I'm going to use good old R152A. I know the guy I get the parts off, he uses hydrocarbon high chill -30 in these, which it works extremely well on these, but what if you get into an accident or something, this thing starts gassing off? It's probably going to be just as explosive as a fuel tank catching fire in a crash. But I prefer this stuff. This is much better. It's much less flammable. Except this generates hydrogen fluoride gas. Not good for you. But you know you breathe it in because it burns the hell out of your eyes and your nose, so you get the hell out of there if that thing's burning. That's one advantage of this stuff. With hydrocarbon, it generates carbon monoxide, and you don't know you're breathing that stuff in, especially if you're asleep and it's too late, you're dead. So this stuff's probably good that it does irritate the shit out of you when it does burn, although it is highly toxic. But the irritation of that thing burning your eyes is enough to deter you away from it when it's burning. So it does have that advantage. Anyway, a bit of corrosion on there too. Yeah, see a bit of corrosion in there. I'll have to check all this out and clean all that. Anyway, let's get the zip ties out and get this all neatened up. Bolt this condenser all back on. And I'll neaten all this up with some zip ties, and I'll flip it back up right after I vacuumed it first. And then give it to charge it. It's a, the model's inside it now. It's a good model anyway. Know what's on here. Doesn't say. It's not took my tongue, I can't remember now. But they're still produced. Made in Thailand now, not Japan. That's the only drawback with Engels. You don't get the Japanese quality anymore. When you do buy it in the market to buy an Engel, make sure it's got the K3, and that's the compressor, the solar fridge compressor with a purple sticker. They're the best ones to get. As long as it's got that K3 system in it, you got the best fridge in the world, Engel-wise. In terms of legendary reliability, the K3 system is the best, with a purple sticker. Always keep your eyes peeled for that if you're in the market for an Engel. Now let's turn the suck-vacuum pump on. Let that evacuate for a bit. Bit of vacuum in there. Let that vacuum down and get that all vacuumed out. That's the first time I put the service valve on. But because I didn't work this in while it was hot, because there was a bit of solder stopping it from going in, more than about 2 mil, I blocked it up. But lucky it's all on here, it didn't go in the compressor. So, the only thing you got to be wary of when you're re-soldering refrigeration fittings, you can't wick solder like with electrical solder. It's different with silver solder and brazing. We're really going to try and get it right the first time. Nice big high vacuum in there. You can hear if I take the muffler off, it looks like a pig, or not. A little bit of oinking going on there. It's a filter and a muffler. A little oil splats out of that. You see, it shouldn't make that oinking noise. Want all that out. I'll let that go for a while actually. Give it a good suck down. You put your finger on there and no pressure builds up, and if it does, this thing will blow up. See, it's stabilised now. That's worked out quite nicely. And that's not going to go anywhere, because this is going to be bouncing around in the back of the ute. Always prepare for worst case scenario with car fridges. I always think they're going to get thrown around and bounce around the back of a four-wheel drive somewhere going down bush. You got to think of these things, even though this fridge won't be in some circumstances. People look after their stuff, but Clean the cartridge, prepare them for the worst. So you want to make sure every single line is absolutely secure as can be against vibrations, like what I've done here. And then I don't even know if this fan actually works anyway. That should go as soon as the compressor goes. So I got a flea in that fan's, it's rooted. So we're gonna need a fan at least. Got the cover with it. Give it a bit of a good clean before it goes back to its owner. You turn that off and make sure she holds her vacuum. Looks like we are. Yeah, it's holding. Alright, I think I'll flip this up the other way around and we'll start charging it, I think. Okay, so 152A. Greta likes this. Now we'll go do the first thing first. We'll purge it. Still holding vacuum there nicely. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's got vacuum. We'll get that purged. Put some gas in it. PSI in there. So we'll put the cord on and we'll see what the pressures do. Now I may not be into the woods yet, but we'll see if how we go. Yeah, it's holding the pressure. Oh, let's find the cord and power this thing up. I just turned it on, but the pressures are doing. Yep, going down slowly. We haven't got a block bloody capillary. I'm still a bit wary about that on this one, on these Engels. But we did test it when I got this, and I only got frosty about here to here, and it stopped. So a little bit more. Going down slowly, pulling it in. Yeah, we're getting some heat rejection. Yep, some heat rejection there. I think we suspect a block capillary, I think. That is not good. Let it go for hopefully it's going to clear itself, but I don't know. See, we're going under a vacuum now. This is going to be a big job, I think. Bugger. This is going to be a fun job. Here we go, model MT35F G4S, there we go, MT35, made in Thailand. As I expected, blocked capillary, we've got a blocked liquid line. So this little fine capillary that these Engel centrifuge compressors use, it's prone the blockages, so I'm going to have to take out the filter dryer, take out that capillary, and blow all through here from the suction side back out through here with high pressure, and blow it out with high pressure and take the capillary off that filter dryer and change that filter dryer. So this is going to be a big job. This will be fun. So I have to make up a little manifold with a service valve on it, to weld the other end of this capillary, to weld to the end of this, to weld to here. So I have to break the system and get into the system. So the suction side of the compressor, and I'll get to that. And yeah, which is that little off the compressor there. Take it off there and blow it back high pressure through there. And take this off the compressor or off here and blow back out through the condenser. But the filter dryers will have to come off because it's going to go back pressure through here backwards and back through here. Blow it back through this capillary line. I need some acetone to clean this all out and flush it, so this will be fun. These angles are a pain in the ass for that, blocking up their capillaries. That's the only thing that's the only downside to these angles, block capillaries. I just on the Achilles heel of these things. Oh well, it is what it is.